What's up guys, OG the Beast here, and we got a different type of video today. I was scrolling through my comments and one of my subs gave me a great idea for the next video. So I said, why not use it? He said, since LeBron left the East, who is the most slept on team in the Eastern Conference now? His name is John Jones on YouTube, as you can see, but actually he's my cousin Johnson. So shout out to Johnson for giving me the idea for this video. Anybody else has any future ideas on any videos they think I should do, leave them down in the comments, and if I use it, I shout you out in the video. But to answer his question here today, I'm going with my hometown Chicago Bulls. Well, I mean, I feel like they got a bright future in the squad that they put together these last couple of years. Look out, y'all. As always, if you think I'm speaking that nonsense, holla at me down in them comments, man. Y'all know what to do. Drop my intro. It's killer raps, we got the hottest staff. In 03, I made a dynasty like Robert Kraft. The Chicago Bulls, my Chicago Bulls, have had little to no success in recent years. And really haven't been contenders since the D-Rose era, let's be honest. They've been in the worst situation you can possibly be in as an NBA franchise. Middle of the pack, meaning good enough to make the playoffs, but not good enough to win a championship. So as a result, they traded their star player Jimmy Butler for a couple of young players with some promise, Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn. Dunn never got to prove himself as a rookie sitting behind Ricky Rubio, and LaVine was coming off an ACL tear in which he averaged 20 points per game prior to this injury. So it made sense for both teams. One was rebuilding, one was trying to contend. They also go on to draft Lauri Markkanen that season as well. The Bulls' records for the last 3 seasons were 42-40, 41-41, which we did make the playoffs and lost Rondo in the first round. Y'all remember how that went. And last year they went 27-55. So it's obvious they were in need of some help offensively. As a Bulls fan, it was pretty hard to watch. Even though the Bulls finished bottom half in the league offensively, they surprisingly had 9 guys score in double figures and finish top half of the league on the defensive end last season. It's clear that they were trying to fill the roster with young talent while taking a couple risks in the process that actually may pay off. Check it out. Bulls signed Jabari Parker, the Chicago native, shout out to JP, to a 2-year, $40 million deal with a 2nd-year team option, just in case he doesn't perform or gets injured again. Hey, why not take the risk considering Parker was a 20-point scorer prior to the ACL tear? When healthy, this team looks legit. Starting at the top with point guard Chris Dunn, who averaged 13.5 points, 6 assists, and 4.3 rebounds per game. Zach LaVine at the 2, who missed half the season rehabbing his ACL, averaged close to 17 a game while adding 4 rebounds and 3 assists. It's not bad. Jabari was healthy last year, but was held back due to the overload of front court players they had in Milwaukee. He only played about 24 minutes a night coming off the bench and still managed to average 12.5 points and 5 rebounds while shooting 48% from the field. That's key in Fred Hoiberg's offense. Young guys like David Nwaba and Bobby Portis off the bench were fantastic for the Bulls as well. Rookie Lauri Markkanen averaged 15 a game while grabbing 7.5 rebounds as well. Speaking of Lauri Markkanen, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, this kid is special. Markkanen was the fastest player in NBA history to reach 100 3-pointers in a single season. He's also the only rookie to average 2 threes a game while averaging 15 and 7, and he's also only the 2nd 7-footer in the history of the game to hit 140 threes in a single season. Second to only, of course, Dirk Nowitzki. He complements Fred Hoiberg's fast-paced, floor-spaced offense tremendously. Hoiberg loves do-it-yourself kind of players, which is why the Bulls drafted Wendell Carter Jr. in the 1st round this year. A 7-footer who can shoot the 3, has a solid mid-range and back-to-the-basket game, and who averaged 13.5 points at Duke while snagging 9 boards and accumulating 2 blocks a game. We need defense this year, especially post-defense. That's key. It finally looks like Gar Forman and John Paxson are starting to figure this thing out. Looks can be deceiving though, don't get me wrong, but only time will tell. At least in my opinion, they seem to be heading in the right direction. I mean, Parker and LaVine are coming off serious knee injuries, but really, what's the risk that they're taking? Think of it this way. The Bulls have enough money on the books to go after 2 big fish in free agency for 2019, right? And what's more attractive than a young team with promise that makes the playoffs, fights, and seems to be a piece or 2 away from contention? Every superstar wants to have their own team and wants to be responsible for carrying that team to success, right? Especially guys like Kyrie Irving. Lots of fans here in Chicago think it's a bad thing for the Bulls to make the playoffs next season. The reasons I stated previously should be valid enough to prove why I believe making the playoffs is actually a good thing. If the Bulls can show the worth of their young players while proving that Hoiberg's fast-paced spread offense works, this could be golden for the guys in red. Let's face it, Philly, Toronto, Washington, Boston and Milwaukee are the only real threats in the Eastern Conference, and if the Bulls stay healthy and the players on the rosters take that developmental leap next year, I don't see why they can't compete with the best. So keep an eye out on the Chicago Bulls next year, because they can really sneak up on a lot of teams in this Eastern Conference. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they were the 6th or maybe even the 5th seed next season. You heard it here first. Hey, don't sleep on my Bulls next year, y'all. The plan is in motion. The free agent class next year is loaded with names like KD, Klay Thompson, Eric Bledsoe, Kawhi Leonard, Kemba Walker, DeMarcus Cousins. The list goes on. I wouldn't mind having any one of them guys. So if Gar and Pax continue to make the right decisions, we could have a bright future on our hands. Anyways, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you love sports the way that I do. Thanks for watching. It's been a doozy, y'all, and as always, OG out.